as an artist, we should reflect the time.
Why you so talented?
Cause I'm black.
Why you so amazing?
Cause I'm black.
It's really important that we build characters so that people understand their story matters.
2 Chainz and I both are just really into good food.
And when you know you are royalty, you will only aim in life to be royalty.
We're doing it right now. I don't give a damn what they say about me. Yes, I called your ass out. I know I shouldn't be saying this kind of.
Shout out to Hype Magazine Network.
Shout out to the Hype Magazine.
Hype in the street.
Hello there.
Hype in the street. What? Hype in the street. Hype in the street.
No.
Hype in the hype. Hype in the street. Hype in the street.
Yo, welcome to a brand new installment of Hype in the Streets. I'm your host, Tee Recx. We got Money Matt in the building and DJ Graci Grace. How y'all doing tonight?
Man, doing great. See, man, great to hear the theme song over here jamming a little bit. I mean, great to be back with you guys for another show, and looking forward to the amazing guests you got for us.
Yes. What's up, everyone? I am very excited that we're back. We needed that little brain break. You know, everybody deserves it and needs it. So I'm happy to be back.
Yeah.
I know that's right. I'm happy to be back too. There's so much going on, and you know we're celebrating Men's Mental Health Month along with Black Music History Month as well. So it's just so much going on. I'm just so speechless right now, but I'm happy to be back. And yes, we do need a break sometimes. We need that mind, body, or soul break just to kind of recalibrate yourself. Cause we're living in some crazy times right now.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. I mean, I guess the best way to start for us, T, is, you know, what were you doing the past couple of weeks? You know, I mean, we all stepped away for a little bit. So, you know, what did you do to take advantage of that time? Did you just, you know, relax, or was anything you were working on?
Just pretty much relaxing. We had company come down, so got to go to the beach and the world famous Floribama. Just hanging out and stuff. Just try to recuperate. But it's always something to do down here. Y'all definitely got to come visit. Matt, you got to come back, man. We got to keep the street going. You haven't been this year, but you got to come on back down here.
Does living in paradise, kind of get overrated a little bit because everybody's going down there because it's summertime? They're all excited to be there, and you're like, I wake up every day with this. So does it kind of take away from being in paradise like that?
Well, the traffic increase. You have a lot more people here, and so we try to stay away from the tourist destinations or the tourist restaurants. Since we've been here for the last couple of years, we pretty much are locals now. So we know where the locals go.
So Tee Recx, what do you recommend when they come to the area over there? Like, for me, when I travel, I tend to not be like a tourist. I want to be like regular people that lives there. Like, I'll do the yoga locally, I'll do the beach, whatever local, and go to the coffee shops. I'm saying locally. What do you recommend for like vacationers?
Well, if you like to do the local scene, Foley, which is the city next door to Gulf Shores, has a great downtown Main Street area where you can have great coffee, great pizza, and so you have a lot of people that's moved from like the Midwest or up northeast that's down here, and so they bring some of that flavor down here too. And so it's like a melting pot and a little hidden gem in Alabama of all states. But it's such a great place to live, and so places like that I will go to. And then some places in Gulf Shores I will go to, which probably is a tourist spot, but one of my favorite spots is the Gulf. It's literally on the Gulf of Mexico or America, whatever you want to call it. It's right there, and just the ambiance and the scenery is next level. So that's like my favorite place to go in Gulf Shores.
Now, Gracie, for you, like we said, we were gone a couple of weeks. You know, you're in a really dope spot right now. So, you mean, what were you doing the past 2 weeks, and what location are you in right now?
I'm actually in Northwest Washington, D.C. I'm here at Theta Oasis. It's a new spot that just opened up in the DMV area. And we're actually going to do the eat and greet here for the We Outside tour on July the 12th. So if you are in the DC area, come pull up Oasis, Theta Oasis in Northwest Washington, DC, Georgia Avenue. So it's like a 4 club place. I mean, what do you call it? 4 rooms and stuff, and it's pretty dope. Yes, I'm excited, and I wanted to like do my live here and just check it out. And it just happened to be like an accident, really, to be here. I DJ'd as y'all know, it was Pride weekend last week, and I DJ a restaurant, and it happened to be where the parade was at. You know what I'm saying? It was like thousands of people. You know what I'm saying? And they had put me outside the restaurant. Shout out to Logan Tavern in Peach Street in Washington, D.C. And they put me outside in the tent, and the club is right across. They had like a balcony, and all the parade was like just walking through us the whole time. And I just want to let you guys know that it was like, to me, that's my first time ever like seeing that, environment, but it was like so peaceful. Everyone was just so happy, and the music was it was an amazing day. I was so tired, but it was worth it. And my artist had to perform over here. So right after that event, I had to come here, and that's how I got, I met them, and we locked in, you know what I'm saying, to do the eat and greet here for the gorgeous tour. So yeah, everything just kind of aligned by itself. When we think things are not going where we want it to be, sometimes we just kind of like have to let the energy go where it needs to go.
Yeah. And you said you're getting ready for this tour. Once again, next month, you're going on this amazing tour. Can you highlight what the tour is, some of the cities you're going to be going to, and who some of the artists, that are going to be a part of it that you can talk about?
Yes, definitely. Guys, we start the July the 5th, which is going to be in Orlando, Florida. Then we go towards Atlanta. So I'm not going to be able to make the Orlando, but I am going to make the Atlanta, and then go to Raleigh, and then go back to Hampton, then DC, then Baltimore, and then New York. That's going to be like the first leg for the tour. And we're going to have Breadwinner Kane. We're going to have Mikey Polo from the DMV area. We are going to have Southwood Winning, and also Spark Dog from the Drama Boy. So it's exciting. Those are the headliner. And then basically our goal this year is to look for a headliner for next year.
Okay.
And because we just kind of want to change up the headliner, and we are really looking for the next level independent artist that's going to be up there. Like we did have Breadwinner Kane last year, and we had Southwood Winning last year. So something new this year will be Mikey Polo, and also Spark Dog. So yeah, it's exciting. Definitely exciting. And then the second leg, I'll tell you guys on the next one. So we're trying to kind of like do like that first leg, second leg, but we are gonna finish around August, the beginning of August. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. And then you guys, as soon as I'm finished with this tour, I start another tour with MOG. It's like a magazine tour, 40 models, and I'm gonna be DJing every weekend for 2 months straight.
Oh, congrats!
Pray for me, pray. But that one, I'm so excited about that one. Because we'll see what happens. Okay, I might have to. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Now, last question for you. I know you're in DC. What's the excitement level right now? You know, you got this amazing birthday party coming up this weekend. They're bringing all the military. You know, all these people are being paid to be in the stands. What's the vibe like right now for this awesome birthday party they got?
Headache. Headache. We're late for work. We need to be at work on time. It's a lot of road closed. You know, there's a lot of road that's closed. It's really crazy. And like, I don't get it. Like, I really don't get it for real. I don't understand it. I mean, help me understand it, man.
I can't.
Please help me. On my way to work this evening, this afternoon, there was like a bunch of trucks, right, with those road closure thing. And I'm like, what the crap is going on? It's more? It's going to be more road closed somewhere? What is this? Like,
well, yeah. They're going to close everything down.
It's going to be a 4th of July in Washington, D.C. Like yes. A big one. Like, seriously, I'm scared. I might have to fly out of here.
Well, thank you to the courts in California. They just announced that you're going to have more National Guard going out to the Trump thing this weekend because they said it's back to Gavin Newsom. So maybe there's a little bit of normalcy going to come. So, but yeah, I know everybody's excited for that birthday party. It's the #1 party of the year, going to be extravaganzas galore. And then Israel and Iran starts a war tonight. So does that mean we're canceling the BS and, you know, going to do what we really need to do, you think?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't want to, all I know is I don't want to be here. I have an event this Saturday. I'm supposed to do I have a set for the Taste of DC Festival. And I have like a set in that event. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to do it. I just want to head out to the beach. Yeah. Maybe right there where Tee Recx at.
You guys say you can go to Tee Recx real quick, a pop-up party and get away from all the crazy.
No, seriously. Like, I'm considering it. Like, you know what? It's not even going to be worth the headache for real. I might not do it. I might miss it this year. But I have a set that I'm supposed to DJ, and
yes,
I might miss it.
Well, we have our special guest on. We're going to be talking about the evolution of music and sports. Song versus Song Digital Pro Sports League, the world's first ever music performance sports league. We're going to welcome the man, the myth, the CEO of the Music Performance Sports League, Juan Thompson. How you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up, man? How you guys doing? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, we're happy to have you on, and thank you so much for taking the time to join Hype in the Streets. We're so excited about revolution, man, like something innovative, something that we never seen before. Tell us about this Music Performance Sports League that you have developed.
Well, I mean, to sum it up really quickly, think NFL, but as a music competition with music, basically, where, you know, you have the structure of the NFL. We have a draft, we have a preseason, regular season, playoffs, and then our championship game is called the Super Mike. And basically, with teams, we have teams that, you know, the players will get drafted to teams. We have a solo division, a team division as well. So therefore, the artists will compete over a 7-week regular season in hopes of making it to the playoffs and ultimately winning that championship belt.
Absolutely. Well, what was the structure or the mindset of you wanted to go after independent artists to be part of this league? What I know you was mentioning the NFL, but what moment did that light bulb go out that, you know what, I want to create a sports league for artists?
Well, it actually happened in 2013. I was watching American Idol, and while I was watching American Idol, and it was just a random thought that came across my mind. I was just thinking, I said, it'd be pretty cool to see rappers and singers on the same stage competing against each other. And it was just a passing thought, you know what I'm saying? Nothing more. Went to sleep that night, found myself in this dream where I was in this massive arena. Like, it was like hundreds of thousands of people in this arena. And I was really mesmerized by the crowd. I was really just looking around. And then in the middle of the arena happened to be a stage with a rapper and a singer going against each other, performing against each other. So shortly after that, I was in this room, smaller room. I don't know how I got there, just transitioned over there. But in the smaller room, and there was a lot of press people there. It was like a press conference, and and then on the podium were the two artists that were on that stage were now on this podium. And these press people were asking them questions like they were athletes. And they were responding as if they were athletes. And I was looking around. Over to my left, it was like a whole bunch of tables with all these different record labels, and they were on the phones bidding for these two artists. And I'm talking about millions of dollars. It was crazy. They're just going back and forth. And I'm just looking, I'm just like, what is going on? Like, these artists were talking like they just got out of like a boxing match or something, like a press conference. It was crazy. I was like, I couldn't believe it. So then that's when it's just out of nowhere, it just dawned on me. I said, I'm watching, what I'm witnessing is some kind of sports league, and these artists that are on this podium are like the athletes of this league. And that's when I woke up the next morning, called my mom, and I was telling her about the dreams. I said, I've never had a dream so detailed, so vivid, so detailed. She's like, I don't think that was a dream. I think that was a vision from God.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what I said? I think I kind of think so too. So I went online. So at this time, I was in the industry for about 10 years around that time. You know what I'm saying? I started the music industry back in 96. And basically went on Google, typing in all kinds of words because I didn't know what to call it. It wasn't called music sports. It was just called, I was just music competitions like a sport. And I was just, going, just typing. I couldn't find nothing like it. And I was like, this is crazy. But then I happened to run across an article. It said art competitions in the Olympics. And I said, what? So check this out. Back in the early 1900s, music was actually a part of the Olympic Games. And there were artists that were winning medals back in those days. So there was a sculpture, I think painting. It was all Olympic medals. Like it was like, I think around 128 medals that were awarded to artists back then. And I'm not sure exactly what stopped it, but that was my mission. So, basically I just went to work, man. I said, okay, so at that time, so I boxed for over 23 years. I was a boxer for over 23 years. So I kind of used that structure. And then I wanted to include that sports league as far as music, like the actual NFL structure, because I'm a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. Sorry about that, guys. I'm a Cowboys fan. But yeah, so I put that together, man. And then in 2015, I did my very first game in Virginia Beach, Virginia. At Shaka's, and it was like the biggest moment of my life, man. You know what I'm saying? To see this event in a dream and now see it in live, see it live. And people are coming up to me like, oh my God, I've never seen anything like this before. And I was like, because I was having rappers and singers going against each other on stage. So I did that for all the way up to about 2019, then COVID hit. So we couldn't do games online. We couldn't do games in venues anymore because of COVID. And we had to transition to find a way to do it online. So I said, well, I don't want to see artists performing online, like as far as performances. I want to find a way where the songs are going against each other. Let's make the songs like the athletes, like the songs will compete against each other, like literally, like. So I called it single versus single first, and we ran a beta version of it back in 2021, and we did it's like a small local version of it. The numbers did pretty good. And then in 2022, we did a local version of it. We actually did it locally here in the Hampton Roads. And that went really well. A lot of people was a part of it. Then we did the championship games. We did all the online games. The regular season games are all online. And then we did the championship game in a boxing match, in a boxing ring. That was wild. It was wild. And the dope thing about that was that people that were voting online on these matches, they actually came to the actual championship match that we did at a boxing gym in Hampton. And it was so cool to see people really gravitating to this thing. So in 2023, we decided to go national with it. We went national. So we did that, and we changed the name to song versus song, because it sounded better. You know what I'm saying? And that was when we got, some actual movement. You know what I'm saying? We got some real movement. People were reaching out to me across the world. People were telling me they were excited about what we're doing. They love the platform, because what we did was you just literally made songs go head to head online. All you do is just go to the website, you listen, you vote, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we announced the winners and everything like that. We had B Menace was our very first champion. We got him on some kind of show out here in the Hampton Roads called the Hampton Roads Show, and he performed the first rapper to perform on that show, actually. And the goal, man, is now here we are in 2025. We want to do a team division. We want to do a combination of a single solo division, and we want a team division. So this is our first time implementing that. So here we are. The goal is to get this into the Olympic Games, man, and to get this on the NFL, NBA, Olympic level, and take this and change the game. I mean, because my thing is, the way I've always seen them as, like, independent artists have always been, in my eyes, like athletes. You know what I'm saying? The only difference is they just don't. We want to see them get paid and be celebrated like athletes. So it's just time, man. And the industry needs this right now.
Yes, and this is a great artist development thing too,
right?
Because you can come in kind of, have your weakness, and then you come out being a champion and be able to compete at a high level at all times. So you can definitely see the growth when athletes or artists come through this league. Now, as far as the team format, can you talk about the number of people that you need for a team for this league to work as the NFL model?
So this year we're doing the solo division. The solo division starts actually on the 28th of this month. The first preseason game starts on the 28th. So we got 14 players, 14-player roster for that. But the teams for the team division, we're going to need 32 players to get drafted. So, and like I said, this is still like a new, even though this thing has been out for a while, it's still new to the public, right? Because it's not mainstream yet. So yeah, those are the players that's competing in the solo division, which starts on the 28th, as you can see. But yeah, so a lot of artists are kind of, I don't know if they're afraid of this thing, or I'm not sure. I'm just really not sure the mindset, because the thing is, we have to the artists. The thing is, they have to understand that in order to be successful in this industry, you got to compete. You have to compete. Right. There's no way around it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be professional. You got to be competitive. You got to be prepared. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we teach our players. We instill that, because if this is what you really want as a career, this is what you got to do. And what we're trying to do now, the music industry is so oversaturated, especially in the independent market, so oversaturated with music. And you already know what happens when there's an oversaturation of a product, then basically it just dilutes everything else. It dilutes the quality of the music. You know what I'm saying? So now we need to create a new pathway for artists to make money, to get exposure. And whether they want to stay independent or whether they want to get signed to a major, that's up to them. That's not something we control. But we want to make this a career path where this is no different than like an NFL, NBA player. This is their career. This is what they do. They compete. They get paid to compete. This is what we're doing here. So that's basically, this is a new career path we're creating.
Yes, Mighty Matt. But what do you think about this format as having a league where it developed? It also teaches discipline too, and it's going to bring out better artists.
Yeah, no, I love what you're doing with this. Is amazing accomplishment. I like how you said you had a vision from God to do it, and then you acted on it. What was it about that vision that made you act on it? I'm sure you've had a lot of dreams before. You've had a lot of things that's come to you, and you're like, yo, that'd be a dope idea. But like you said, this one, it kind of really called you when you talked to your mom about it. What was it about this one that did that for you? And what was some of the response you got from your friends and families when you said, I've got this amazing idea that's going to change, the world? How did they respond to that for you?
Man, you would not believe, man. I'll tell you. The biggest thing for me was the fact that I saw this as an opportunity. Like I said, yes, I believe it was a vision from God. My job was to plant the seed, right? And that's the way I saw it. And basically from that point, I said, I've been to many different, showcases over the years, stuff like that, but I've never seen nothing in this kind of format before, competition format. And I said, okay, well, this is a great platform to develop artists, not only develop artists, but to create a new pathway for them to make money, get exposure. So I said, let me get to work. You know what I'm saying? So I talked to my friends. A lot of people, to be honest with you, a lot of people were very against it because, you know, they felt like, you know, music is subjective and this, that, and the third. I'm like, if you, I mean, you know, a person knows a good song when they hear it, right? I mean, we can't control that is subjective, but songs can be measured. Songs can literally be measured. And the dope thing about what we're doing, we have an open genre league. And I created open genre because in my boxing days, when I was an amateur boxer, there's called the open division, where basically you fight any fighter in your age bracket, no matter how old you are, how old they are. If you're 18, you fight a fighter, no matter how if they're ranked or not. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. It's open. So I call it our league is an open genre league. So all songs go head to head. Yeah. Rapping, singing, whether you rap, sing, rapper, sing, hip hop, pop, R&B, it does not matter. You go head to head. If you get drafted to a team or if you get drafted to the solo division, you compete. And the dope thing about that is the way we structured it was kind of like you're releasing a new single every week. Because the way I do this is where we display the songs on the website using Spotify or Apple Music. So the dope thing about that is that people can go to the site, everything's clean on the site. They just click on there and listen and they vote. And then we have our judges that will score these songs on the background, and we combine the scores with the judges scores and the votes, and we combine them together to come up with the overall score. And of course, the player that wins the most points wins that match. So
that's definitely going to be a question I have for you is, so when the artists are submitting, Tee showed us all those amazing names that are a part of it now. How did they become a part of it? Like, you've been doing this for 10 years. You're getting ready for the new season. You got the player roster there. What did each of those artists do to establish themselves enough to be a part of the new opportunity that you've created? Like, what did they do to make that impression?
Well, there's a submission process, of course. You go to the website and you click on the website, of course, and you submit your song. You fill out the form, pay your submission fee. And then basically what we do is we make sure the song meets the metrics. So songs, you got to be radio edited because we want songs to be radio ready. That was something that we learned. I learned this back in 2017. A lot of DJs were coming to me and say, yo, we like these songs and we want to put them on the radio and we want them to be ready now. Yeah, and I was learning that from the DJs. They don't like to hear from an artist, hey, I like this song, I'll put it on my radio, my station, and that artist doesn't have a radio edited version of that. And that's a turnoff to a lot of DJs that I've seen across. They don't want to work with you no more. You know what I'm saying? So
they can't work with you no more. Right. So I want to clear that up. And it's good for you to do that. You're teaching the artist the way to really submit, because if you don't have the clean record, there's nothing the DJ can do for you if you're a radio DJ.
Right. If you want it on those, I know, because I understand there are stations now that do play dirtier version songs that are like online. But if you really want to get on those mainstream radio stations, you got to have a radio edited version. So that's why it's required to have a radio edited version of the song when they compete. So, and the dope thing is, like I said, they have to. So that's the biggest thing for us, is making sure the music is quality. Has to be sound. The sound quality is everything in this league. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna impact the quality of our competition. You know what I'm saying? If you got it's like unprofessional. So that's my biggest thing, man, is making sure that the songs are good. And basically what we do is, we don't let followers get involved. Yeah, we want artists that have a pretty decent following. Yes, we do, but then we don't let that, get in the way of them getting drafted. So we really base them getting drafted off of their quality of their music, the talent. So, that's how that works. And every week when they compete, they submit a new song. They can use the same song if they want to, but we recommend them to submit a new song every week to compete against their opponents.
So I see you working with my family, Brittany J from the Fleet DJs. Right. You got a lot of dope tastemakers and people who really break records, a part of what you're doing. How did you handpick those people, and what's some of the names you would like to share with the world that are a part of helping judge and do all this dope stuff for these artists you picked?
Yeah, Tee Recx too, man. Tee Recx is a part of the group too, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a judge, man. And I mean, I'm very fortunate. LaShawn is our business development person. She was the one that reached out to everybody and pulled together an amazing group of judges, man. It's just so amazing, man. I mean, to get these people involved, and it means a lot to me because like, it lets me know that this thing is really happening. You know what I'm saying? If every time this thing happens, like for me, it's always like a dream come true. Every time I do a game, it's like every time it's a dream come true. So it's amazing to see these people, professionals that's been in the game for a long time, see the vision and want to be a part of this. It's just a big deal for me. So yeah, definitely Tee Recx and the whole crew, man, Brittany J, all of them, man, they're really excited about the season. It's really cool to see that.
And then last question, I see you have the Hype magazine on all your promotional stuff. How did you link up with the Hype magazine in the first place? And what's it like being a part of our family?
Yeah, man, Jay is awesome, man. We actually had to talk with her today. Actually, she's helping with the development of the league, man. She's a pillar, a major pillar, man. I've been knowing her for about a couple of years now, and she's just been so imperative for development. You know what I'm saying? Helping me with, getting me through how to set everything up properly. She's really structuring me for, to be profitable as a league and because at the end of the day, we want to be able to pay our players. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We want this to become a platform where we got artists that are players in our league making millions of dollars off this thing, no different than any other athlete, pro athlete. And we want this to the point where you have artists that are competing in our league that are winning Grammys and BET Music Awards while competing in the league as unsigned artists. How huge that would be to have an artist compete in our league that has millions of fans and unsigned. Because you already know once the labels come to the table. Oh, yeah. You already know. You know what I'm saying? So
you just need one artist, not even to get signed. You need one artist to have a song that DJ Gracie starts playing it on tour where she goes everywhere. Like one artist that stands out enough to make your league more powerful because as they become the star, they were birthed from what you guys created. So I salute you on that. I think you got an amazing thing. All the artists should take advantage of it. It's good to compete sometimes. A lot of artists don't like to compete. It hurts their feelings. But you got to know, is the record worth your time or not? And by you giving them more submissions, they can test records out that way and then know, is this my EP worthy product, or do I need to scratch all this and go back to the drawing board? So
that's exactly what it's doing. It's giving them an opportunity to see what works and what doesn't work, and in the midst of all that, I tell the players, have fun with this thing. Don't take it take it seriously, but have fun with this thing. Test out new music, test out new genres of music that you want to see how people, like it. You know what I'm saying? And you never know. So, that's the goal, man, is to really, get this to that level to where, this is how artists get put on to the next level.
Yeah.
This is going to be the new way.
Well, I feel like I think it's my turn. I just want to say that I give you your flowers. I feel like that is a lot of work, and it's amazing on what you're doing for all these independent artists. And with that being said, what does, like, when it comes to the audience engagement, what plays the success of the competition and how is it measured when it comes to the audience?
So what we do is we promote to primarily people that are between the ages of 18 to 35. And people that are into competition sports, of course, it's really tough because we're creating a brand new audience, right? This is a new sport, a new form of music competition that people have never really heard of. So we're still trying to build that audience, right? And the cool thing is that we get a lot of people that that come on that vote. We actually get thousands of people that vote on every game. It's really, really cool. And it'd be people that you never know from all over the country and all over the world. But we really, when we promote, we're just trying to get an idea of what our audience is going to be like. And the cool thing is that people have been reaching out to me across the world saying, like, hey, I like what you're doing because I look for sometimes new music from new artists, but I don't really know where to find them. And this platform gives them an opportunity to find, new music from new artists they've never heard of. And the exposure is everything. So if, artists will always come to me like, well, what do I get in return? Saying, like, you get exposure, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need. Until the day you're selling out venues and you're making millions of dollars off your music, you need as much of the exposure as you can get. So that's what we offer. But for the audience, it just gives them a new way to discover new music from new artists and become fans. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we want fans. We want these players to get fans. And I mean, yeah, a lot of artists have a lot of followers, but they don't have fans. I mean, I've dealt with a lot of artists over my 30 years of being in this industry that have hundreds of thousands of followers, but can't barely sell 50 tickets.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me. You know, so we have to change that dynamic. Even the labels now, they're not even looking at it, like they're not even looking at the followers no more to determine if they want to work with artists. I've talked to Def Jam, Rock Nation, a lot of different A&Rs that I'm cool with. And they're like, yo, we don't even really look at those numbers anymore because they're not tangible anymore. Booking agencies don't look at it either. Like they want to see tangible numbers. And so that's another thing that we provide for the player, not only for the players, but also the labels. When they'll reach out to us and they say, hey, we want to see these numbers. We want to see the growth. We can provide them that data, hard data. You know what I'm saying? So that can help them determine if they want to work with that player and they want to sign them or give them a brand opportunity, a brand deal or something like that. And the beauty in that, we represent the players. So we're their agents. So we're the ones that's going to handle all the negotiation on behalf of the players. So all that's what we do. So, I mean, we're also a sports agency. So that's what we do, man. That's what we're doing right now. We're creating a brand new industry, a brand new.
Are you studying the battle culture, the battle rap culture, kind of go back to how they built that from the ground up? There's a lot of similarities I'm seeing, and then you need to have one or two stars that are going to uplift your. Right. So how are you guys finding those stars? Are you reaching out to legends that are already out there, or are you trying to find people that just really like? You need two people that really be those names people recognize for it to jump off.
You know what, man? I'm gonna tell you like this. You know, it's really unfortunate, and I put out a video about this before, and I said, look, you know. When I reach out to a lot of artists about this thing, because this is not mainstream yet, they look at this as they're like better than, this is not, they don't see this as, some artists don't see this as, I guess, good enough. You know what I'm saying? I guess we need to get on a certain level for them to want to be a part of it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? My thing is like, I'm looking at you like, well, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like you should. I don't care if I was an artist, I would be on everything. I'm competing in every competition. I'm on every showcase because I need the exposure. I need to get it wherever, however way I can get it. And the cool thing about this is that this is a unique way to do it, to promote your music, right? Because a lot of artists will promote their music online and they just do it randomly, just the spray and pray approach. You know the spray and pray approach where you just post it online. And I tell artists all the time, like you can do that, that's cool, but you have to understand how to market your songs. Because what you're doing, if you don't have a major fan base, you know, people aren't really checking for your music. So therefore you have to do something and attach yourself to something that's going to boost or elevate the exposure of your music. So what you do is you be a part of things like what we're doing, right? Because what we're doing for you, you're paying what, $30 and you get all the promotion you're getting through this thing. Like, and we got this on Facebook ads, IG ads. So we're putting the money behind the promotion and you're going to get a lot of exposure.
Yeah.
And
being a part of it.
That's what you need.
And I think you stumbled onto a great conversation we can all have because we all love helping artists. And sometimes you can do everything you can to build this thing from the ground up and you've created it for them and then they don't appreciate it. So like if they're not carrying it on their back the same way you are carrying it on their back, how are you guys going to win? Because if they are the ones that are the stars, they got to eat, breathe this thing the same way you do. But why is it artists don't really support the people like us who are the ones who are behind the scenes and trying to help them? Like, I get the same pushback all the time. Like, yo, send me this song. You're like, but your radio station is not big enough. I'm like, but you don't know who listens to my radio station. So you mentioned you got friends that are A&R. So it wouldn't be hard for you to tap Def Jam and say, hey, why don't y'all come be a part of this next season? And matter of fact, I know you guys got a lot of artists you're trying to break anyways. Let's do a partner situation where we're featuring them now. Like you don't have to help the independent artists. You're choosing to help the independent artists.
Right.
So why do you feel you get that pushback?
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I'm gonna keep it real simple with you. It's because they don't want to be pioneers.
Yep, scared.
You know, and they want to wait till it gets to a certain level and they want to jump on the bandwagon. You know what I'm saying? That's something that's the culture. Back in the days before the internet, when you had a business you wanted to run, you had a business plan, right? You used to get investors want to be a part of you just because they like you and they believe in your brand. Now, even with today, even investing, they want to see you. You have to reach a certain level of revenue before they even invest in you.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like, and I'll get that from a lot of artists. Like, dude, well, who's this and what is, you know, who's sponsoring you? And I'm like, that doesn't matter, dude. Like, what do you mean who's sponsoring me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the problem today. Like, artists don't want to be pioneers, and like, I like to use that I like to use this a lot. Like, I like to tell a lot of artists, like, the NFL and the NBA wouldn't be where they are today if it wasn't for their players.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? We need our players to come out here and be the stars of our league. We can't. This platform is perfectly structured for you to be successful. You just got to come out here and show your shit. Yep. I mean, I'm sorry to cuss on here. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
But you got to show your stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got to get out here, compete at a high level with high quality music. And be bold and be competitive and be prepared for whatever's about to come, because we have the labels. They love what we're doing. I mean, Def Jam, Rock Nation, they love what we're doing. They love the concept. They want to support it and everything like that. But I don't like to name drop. I don't feel like we shouldn't need to say, oh, a Def Jam's a part of this. Oh, Rock Nation's a part of this. We shouldn't need to say that. You should want to be a part of it because it's an opportunity for you to promote your music on a very unique platform. We want to stay independent of it. Yes, we want to be a platform for the labels to recruit from. We do want that, of course, right? So we are going to keep them, in our pocket for that. But from I don't want to say that, oh, I got a Def Jam or Rock Nation or this or that person to be a part of this. So that shouldn't make you want to be a part of it. You should want to be a part of it because you're hungry. You should want to be a part of something that's revolutionary, that's going to change the game. And you should definitely want to be a part of something that's going to, you can pioneer. You can actually say, yo, this thing came back out in 2025. I was a part of this. Now here it is in 2040, and it's in the Olympic Games.
Yep.
I pioneered this. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see the first player in our league to be like the first superstar, like legitimate superstar. That's gonna be an amazing feat that we're gonna reach as an organization.
Now, Tee Recx, to you, you're a part of this as well. What was it about Song versus Song that got your attention? And then going off of the question I just asked, like, why don't artists really respond or respect what you're trying to do when you're trying to help them, but you don't always have that flashiness that they're looking for?
I like the competitive nature of it. I used to be an athlete in my former years, so I always want to compete. And so with something like this, you think about artist development. I know I keep touching on that word. Right. You really don't see enough of that now because you get influx of music every day, over 200,000 uploads a day on Spotify and stuff like that. So when you hear those numbers, people just feel like, hey, wake up. I'm a musician now, so I want to just go make whatever and not really go through the artist development part because they want to get viral. And so you get viral for just a little bit or whatever, and it's it. But with this league, like I was saying in the beginning, you'll see a lot of growth. You could actually see somebody that might not be as strong as an MC in the beginning, but toward the end of the regular season going into the Super Mic championships, you see that growth and you be like, man, did you see? Because then that person put in that time and that hard work to get to that level.
And you watch the progression. You fall in love with like we all love to watch the contest shows because you see them in the beginning, you see maybe there's potential, but can they ever achieve it? And then you watch them fail, watch them succeed, and then they become American Idol, like you said, that inspired you. And I love that because there needs to be something for rappers and singers to be able to have that moment.
Right. And it needs to be open genre where everyone go head to head. I mean, it's not about in our league, and I want to say that that in this league, it's not about who's the best rapper, who's the best singer. It's about who produces the best songs.
Best song.
Because that's where you're going to get your money at.
Yes. And Graci Grace being a DJ, how is the relationship with the DJs? What's the responses that you are getting as far as DJs in this sports league?
Are you asking me?
Oh, well, either one. But Gracie, you get your question.
I feel like for DJs, and I had DJs in mind when this thing was created, because DJs love breaking new artists, right? And this is going to be that platform where they're going to break new songs all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because imagine that. Imagine artists that are coming into this league with maybe 100 fans, if that, right? But by the time they're done with the season, they may have 100,000 fans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they may come in, like just a regular old Joe Blow artist, right? You know what I'm saying? But by the time they're done, now they got songs that are playing on the radio consistently, because the DJs are listening. I have a lot of DJs I'm cool with, and they love what we're doing it, and they want to chime into these games every week and see what's hot, and they want to.
Yeah, they're looking for something. Yep.
Right, and they want to put that on their station. They want to be the first to break a song.
Maybe you could call for it after the end of the season or something, for them to go to one of the tour with me.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, you can make that happen.
Because I was gonna ask you, like, what are like the challenges that you have faced in merging the music and sports industry together? I could hear you saying, like, that's one of the issues right there, like with the artists, they don't want to compete, you know what I'm saying? And I've heard artists saying they don't like to compete because they've been in this for a while, kind of thing, and they don't want to feel some kind of way, you know what I'm saying? So how have you overcome this, this pressure, basically?
Well, this is my thing, man. This is the reality check for every single artist out there. And whether you like it or not, you're competing every time you put a song online.
Facts.
You are competing every single day. When you put a song online, you're competing. I'm sorry to say it. You are competing. You know why? Because all of y'all are all going after the same exact thing. There are over 100,000 artists that are promoting new songs online every single week. And you are competing with every single one of them. And because the reason why you're competing with them, because y'all want new listeners, y'all want new fans. And what I like to tell artists as well, in this industry, fans are currency. That's how you're going to make your money. You need fans to make money. And if you want this to be a business, because that's a big thing that we do with our league, because we have Music Sports University, which is our online education portal for our players. We hone on them being entrepreneurs and understanding that this is a business first. We understand you love music, but this is a business first. You know what I'm saying? You're an entrepreneur, and your product is songs. That's what you're doing. Your product is songs, and you need to understand how to market your songs to get the followers and the fans that you need, so you can make money. Because
now, how long is it again? How long is the whole season?
The season is 7 weeks, and then you have your 2 playoff games, which is the silver mic, which is the equivalent of a conference championship. Divisional championship, and then we have the actual golden mic, which is the equivalent of a conference championship, and then the super mic is the equivalent of our Super Bowl.
That's so fun.
I know. And the dope thing about this, it's not going to happen this year, but next year will happen and going forward. The regular season games are online games where it's just literally song versus song. But when you make it to the playoffs and the super mic, that's actually live games.
Okay. Yeah, like versus or something like that.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shout out to Bird Vision. I got to ask this question. A lot of emphasis on AI and music right now. So, do you guys care if somebody's submitting a song that's being touched by AI? And then if so, how are you trying to monitor that type of stuff?
And that's a new thing that we have to deal with. And to be honest with you, we don't really even know if it's going to be AI, right? If an artist submits a song and let's say that's their song, we have to take their word for it, right? That is their song. I'm not cool with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's gonna impact the independent artists more than ever, because of course independent artists are the ones that's really underprivileged at this point. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones that need the most assistance. And we're doing this for them, right? We're not doing this for AI. You know, we're doing this for them. And you know, this is just another thing that's gonna hold them back, if anything, right?
Now, follow up on that though. Maybe it's the AI that helps the barsmith in their basement that's one of the best rappers ever, but he don't know how to make a hook. He can go to AI and say, "Hey, I got this." So, like Timberland talked about it, he got a lot of pushback on it because he signed an AR artist. But he's talking about, like, I'm using my talent. These are my sounds. These are my kits. These are anything I have. And I'm going to let the AI do what it needs to do, but it still comes from my creativity. So if I'm an artist in my basement and I want to be on the Song for Song contest and I've got this really dope 16, but I can't do the hook, and I say, yo, AI, here's the 16, make me a dope hook. You know, and I'm just speaking because we're all in this industry now, and you can't stop it. AI is here. So
right.
do we have a role to play to make sure it's authentic, or is it past that phase now?
Well, Matt, what if you, so this is, I get a lot of music, right? Yeah. And some artists like, oh my God, this is so dope. But I don't really like listen to the music until I listen to it. But then when I see them perform it, that's when I take, like, it was like, that's when I add everything up. So that's one thing, you know, if you do something like that where they have to do some kind of performance by themselves, with their voice, with the instrumental or something like that, then, you know what I'm saying? Because I've heard some crazy dope artists when they send me their music, and then I'm like, oh my God, he cannot do this.
He can't. No stage performance. No performance. Yeah, and that's kind of why. Well, that's why we do it the way we do it. Where to compete. That's why the playoffs and the Super Mic are live games, because it's a privilege to be able to perform on stage, right? So you got to earn your way to the stage. You got to earn your way there. You got to compete through the season with your songs online, and you got to clinch your playoff spot.
Yeah,
when you clinch your playoff spot, now you get but let me tell you why this actually works. Because back in 2023, 2022, we did this was the first time we were able to do it the way I lined it out, where we had the competition online, and then we did the championship game in a boxing gym in a boxing ring.
Made it live.
Now the people, this is how I knew this was working, because the people that were voting throughout the season online, they actually bought tickets and came to see the actual game.
Yeah, they came and involved in it.
And that was so dope, because people were walking up to me like, it's like, yo, I was following this online, and it's so cool to see B Menace, because a lot of them like B Menace. He was the rapper that won it. A lot of them liked his music and everything like that. And they was like wanting to sign him and stuff, like wanting his autograph, because this is because they were watching him throughout the season, and now you get to see him perform live against his opponents. And he really showed us, man, like how ruthless this thing could really be. Like you could really get your ass kicked in that ring in a performance, because he was in their face with that mic and he was like in it. And I was like, it was crazy, man. It was really dope to see that, but it really does work, man. It's really this platform does work, and it's going to help the artists, not only from a artist, like I said, like Tee Recx was saying, the development stages throughout the league, throughout the weeks that you're competing, is essentially the same as you dropping a new single every single week. Yeah. You're dropping a new single every single week, and you're seeing how well that single does. And like I said, if you want to compete with that same song every week, you can do that. It's up to you. We give the players the freedom to say, if you want to drop a rap song this week, and you want to drop an R&B song next week, you want to drop a rock song next week, you want to drop a Latin song next week, you can do that. It's up to you. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be
every week. They have to send in a song every week. Right,
every single week. It don't got to be a brand new song. They can repeat the song they used last week. They can do that as well. But you know what I'm saying? It's just, that's the strategy. We're allowing them to come up with their own strategies when they want to compete. Because remember, they're not going to know the song that they're competing against.
Yeah, they don't know what's coming next.
Right. So. They won't know until the day of the match. You know what I'm saying? So that's the dope thing about it. It's going to be cool because, that's how they get to sit down and really break down. Okay, I'm going against this artist next week. Okay, I'm gonna drop this song because he coming with some. I know he's gonna come with some fire next week, so I'm gonna have to come with some fire too. You know what I'm saying? So it's so exciting, man. It's really exciting to see these artists to really make this thing what it is, what it's supposed to be. So it's really, really a cool thing, man.
Yes.
Now, Juan, can you share a success story of artists who have gained significant exposure or career advancement through the league?
Back in 2017, no, 2018 actually, we did a season, and this is when we were doing games in venues before the COVID and everything like that. And one of our artists, actually, his name was OW. He actually got a deal with Sony after competing in our league, and that was really, really a cool. That was really that was amazing because we wasn't really expecting it to happen. So we had worked out some situations with them and everything. That was actually the first artist that really got an actual sign, like a deal. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he's doing right now. That was a while ago, but yeah, that was really a success that really opened the door. Another thing was a really cool thing was that a lot of songs that's competed in our seasons get picked up by radio stations. You know what I'm saying? Wow. We have just radio stations that chime in, and the cool thing about our league is that they just come in there and they reach out to us and say, hey, we really like the song. Can we get a radio edited version? That was why I made them do radio edited versions now, because we want them to just be able to pick up that song, put it on a radio station as quick as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to give that player more exposure. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, I want to see the day where we have artists that are competing in our league and on Billboard charts at the same damn time. You know what I'm saying? Winning like MTV Music Awards and stuff like that while being a competitor in our league at the same time. I'm telling you now, I'm going to say this right now. We're going to have our own genre in one of these award shows one day. We're going to have a music sports genre. I can see that happening very soon. Right. But I mean, I think the sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just really about the players, the artists, seeing the bigger picture, what we're trying to really do.
They got to support it.
Right. They got to support it in order for this to become what it's going to be, because it can change the game. It's going to it can change the game for independent music and put them on the same level as a major artist. They will literally be the new major artists.
Yes. And I want to ask you one more thing. Can you shout out one artist that come in your mind that's really worked so hard throughout the whole season? And then the second one is, whoever that is, I want his music or her music.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it again. B Menace. B Menace was one of the most consistent artists that have ever competed in our league. He's one of the pioneers of music sports. I'll be honest with you. He was consistent. He's professional, and that's what we want: a professional, competitive, prepared artist, right? He came with we never had problems with his music. The funny thing is, we always have issues with rappers giving us, radio music, right?
Maybe we can play his song.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's actually, if you go to our website, on the actual page, there's a sample match where you can actually see what an actual match looks like. And he and our 2023 champion, Kassan, who was an R&B singer, he's a rap. B Miss is a rapper, but she's an R&B singer. Phenomenal. I mean, I had so many people reaching out to me about her too as well, because she sounds like she's already signed. Like, she sounds like literally she's a signed artist. Like, she sounds that good, and she ripped through the season like She actually beat B Menace in the championship round in 2023. So B Menace won it in 2022, and he came back and made it to the championship in 2023 and lost it. They lost to Kassan. So, but B Menace, like I said, he's a professional. He's the ideal person that, if we were to define what a music sports athlete looks like, it would be someone like B Menace. And I can send you his music. Yeah.
That would be awesome. I could see Stop Beefing Radio being one of the radio station hubs for the Music Performance Sports League too, getting the artist music on there. And so hopefully we could form that partnership as well.
Let's do it.
Stop Beefing Radio. Shout out to Money Matt, the CEO.
Hey, you know what? I gotta say this too. Another artist that competed in our league, his name is Money Matt. White dude
Okay.
from Virginia, no, from Ohio. From
Okay.
Yeah, from Ohio, and he won a series of games in 2022.
We're gonna be in Ohio.
Oh, really? I'm actually from Ohio. I'm from Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna be in Ohio.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Juan, I want to say thank you for being on Hype in the Streets. So are there any shout outs you'd like to give?
Hey man, I want to shout out to every artist that compete in our league, man. Like that over the 10 years we've been doing this, man. I mean, to me, that's just every one of them is pioneers. And like I said, that's our biggest thing is getting these artists to understand how to be pioneers. And I want to thank all those artists every one of them that compete in our league, over the years, man. That means so much to me. And a lot of them reach out to me to this very day and support the league and love what we're doing and want to be a part of it and want to be A&Rs. And some of them are A&Rs actually of our league now. You know what I'm saying? They want to be a part of the development of the league even after competing. So I want to thank them all for being a part of that. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, indeed.
Amazing.
Yeah, me too.
Yes. Thank you, and you are welcome back anytime. Of course,
right.
we do work together and also with the Hype magazine, so we're definitely looking forward to the regular season kicking off very soon.
Sounds good, man. I appreciate you having me.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Money Matt, your Indiana Pacers, man.
Yeah.
No. 2-1 over OKC. How you feeling about that right now?
Man, we're ecstatic in Indianapolis right now, man. The world was against us this whole playoffs. They said we had no chance. Shout out to Jack Dans and King Capone. I was on Bite the Topic podcast. I predicted. I said, hey, don't sleep on my Pacers. Ain't no lead safe. We can come back from anything.
Go Pacers.
And now here we are. We got 2 games to 1. We're not getting too excited yet because there's still a really good team over there at OKC. But that pace beginning, man, we saw it at the end of the game 3. They were tired. So, you know what I mean? And shout out to Cash Tank and Devin Golder from my hometown, man. They've released a song called We Made It. It's a Pacers anthem. They actually recorded. Most of the footage was done in the stadium. I mean, we're working on trying to get the DJ of the Pacers to play it for us, and they premiered it yesterday on the news out here. So it's Pacers everything for us in the city, and hopefully we get these last 2.
Absolutely. Well, let's check out this video from Cash Tank. We Made It, featuring Devin Golder, and we'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
We fight, we grind, we work hard to shine. We looking for victory, cause we making history. Like stars in the night, follow the light. We've been through pain to bring the flame. They didn't believe in us, but we made it. They doubted us, but we made it. They ain't believe in me, I gotta control the team. I put the D in dream. This life, it ain't what it seems. I've been grinding hard like Tony. I swear the world gon' know me. I can't never lose focus. In my city, I'm goated. Teeing up like a soldier. And I know they can't hold us. Bar for bar, I'm the coldest. Watch how I bloom, I come like a lotus. Flow so sick, check my temperature. I'm in Indy with the fever. Game winner like Halliburton. I'ma make them a believer. They didn't believe in us, but we made it. They doubted us, but we made it. We fight, we grind, we work hard to shine. They didn't believe in us, but we made it. They doubted us, but we made it. Oh, we made it. We made it. Yeah. They ain't had no hope in me. They ain't wanna grow with me. See that glow in me. When I make it, they won't go with me. They was sleeping on the kid, but I'm built for the moment. From the trap to the league, I fell in love with the motion. I work hard every day and night, dedication is paying off. We done made it, yeah, we right there. Who's supposed to be here, yeah, they right there. Yeah, we right here, switch the pace, now it's faster. Now my name in the Raptors, I say now my name in the Raptors. They didn't believe in us, but we made it. They doubted us, but we made it. We fight, we grind, we work hard to shine. They didn't believe in us, but we made it.
Yeah, we made it.
We made it. Yes. Shout out to M80 and Uncle Danny, man. They together a major play for Cash Tank. He was on Hype in the Streets, man. He's alumni, man. And after he did our show, they loved what we were doing out here. They moved him from South Carolina to Indianapolis. He went straight to the studio, created that first hit, got a lot more stuff in the works. So really excited to see how far he's come. And he's, like I said, Hype in the Streets alumni. Shout out to Ines X as well. She was on Strong Side Radio tonight with DJ Manny Faces, DJ Headrush, and Will Gamble. So people who have been on the show, man, it's just not coming on for a quick conversation. You really build a relationship with us, and we keep help breaking these records, man. So thank you, T, for playing that tonight.
Oh, yes,
I
absolutely.
love that.
Yes. I definitely going to put that in the rotation. That's a good club banger there.
That's a motivation song too.
Yes. That's what's so dope about it. It's a Pacers anthem for us because he mentions Halliburton and a little bit, but it can be used for anything you need. It's a motivational song. It's uplifting. We made it. Who doesn't like a song that they're in the club screaming out, "We made it"? Like, it's a good vibe. So,
absolutely. Any closing remarks from you, Matt or Gracie?
Well, I just want to say, man, thoughts and prayers to everybody right now. Right now, Israel just attacked Iran. You got Trump and Elon doing their stuff. You got peaceful protesters and all over the country being, persecuted right now and dealing with this BS, man. I'm just praying for America. I'm praying for people to just show some grace for everybody, man. We're all equal. We're all human beings, and all want to just live this American dream. So if you got a problem with someone just trying to work in their job and you don't like the way they look or their color, just go the other side. You don't have to interact with them. But there's too much bad stuff going on, man. But I'm praying. T, we talked about it. Like, sometimes in this world we're a part of, you got to fight those spiritual battles, and they need us more than ever, T. So, I love your positivity. I love the grace and the anointing you have, because, everything we speak on has been uplifting, everything in the news. And, and just like I said, just want to thoughts and prayers to everybody right now, because it's tough out there.
Yes, definitely. I said the same thing, Money Man, Tee Recx. It's a lot of things going on, and you guys don't forget that it is rough out here for everyone. So make sure keep everyone in your prayers, your family, friends, your enemies. Just because it looks good, it doesn't mean that's what it is. Besides everything that's going on all over the world, imagine what they're going through over there. So we got to keep them, Israel, in, because anything could happen. Like, we're in this too, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely. So, and, beside that, you guys, make sure you check on your strong friends, all right? And I love y'all.
Oh, yes. Likewise. And I want to close out in prayer, if that's okay. I wanted to do it at the beginning of the show, but want to just close it out at the end, because we all can use some prayer right now. So,
thanks.
We could bow our heads, and then just want to say, Lord, just thank you for this platform, just allowing us to come together with such a positive light. We don't use this platform to condemn anyone, because we all are human and we all fall short because of our flesh. But God, you sent your only begotten Son, whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. I truly believe that, and I just pray for this world, Lord. There's so much is going on, so much hatred, just so much just people just being angry and then attacking one another, Lord. And I just ask for comfort and an understanding of each other, Lord, because at the end of the day, we are children of God, and we are definitely seeking you and your kingdom and just trying to lead people there, Lord. We need you more than ever. There's so much going on out in California. There's so much going on over in the Middle East. And we just pray that you put your hands on everybody, Lord, and just touch them and let them know that you are always with them and you're always with us, Lord. And thank you for the Hype Magazine, mine and Matt, DJ Graci Grace, this whole Hype in the Streets platform that we have, Lord, just to bring people on and just try to inspire, encourage. We all come from different walks of life, Lord, but we all are going to the same destination, and we just hope that we can lead people to the kingdom, to be there with you, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray, Amen.
Amen.
Yes.
And
So, with
Great
that
way to end
being
the
said,
a lot. It was a lot.
you know, you always tell your loved ones you love them today because tomorrow's never promised. I always love God and love people. Definitely want to give a shout out to Tweety B for tuning in to the show. Hype, Jay, Jamila, the boss, Jared Adobe, DigiWax, It's Gorgeous Music, Stop Beefing Radio, Sincere, Live by Terrence Network, just everybody that rocks with us. Song versus song.
Yeah.
Definitely a shout out to Warren for coming on today to discuss the future of independent artists. And so definitely looking forward to that. Looking forward to the partnership. I know I threw Stop Beefing Radio in the hat as far as playing the artist music that's part of this league. And so we got a lot of great things going on, and I just want to say thank you all so much. And we will be back. We will be back. I know it's summertime. You know, everybody trying to go on vacations and stuff, including myself.
Yeah.
But we will be back with a brand new installment of Hype in the Streets. Until then, peace.